What really went down during Justin and Hailey Bieber's wild album celebration night? And why has the internet suddenly turned on them? What started as a glamorous evening full of music, celebrities, and celebration turned into a social media storm filled with speculation, judgment, and concern. What was supposed to be a fun night to mark a new chapter in Justin's music career quickly turned into one of the most talked about and criticized events in their recent history. The night began with excitement and high energy. Justin had just released his new album Swag and decided to celebrate in style. The guest list was filled with famous names, the lights were bright, and the atmosphere was buzzing. Hailey was right by his side, looking happy and supportive. Kendall Jenner also showed up, joining the couple to make it an even bigger night. Everything looked perfect from the outside, but that illusion didn't last long. Once videos from the party started circulating online, fans began noticing things that didn't sit right with them. What people first saw as a fun, carefree night slowly turned into a viral conversation filled with questions. Instead of focusing on the album or Justin's new music, the internet became obsessed with his behavior, his outfit, Hailey's reactions, and even rumors about their marriage and health. Social media feeds were flooded with clips, comments, and opinions. Everyone seemed to have something to say, and not all of it was kind. Clips from the party showed Justin dancing in ways that caught everyone's attention. His moves were energetic, exaggerated, and completely different from what fans were used to seeing. Some people thought it was hilarious and harmless, just a guy letting loose and enjoying his night. Others, however, didn't see it that way. They described his behavior as odd, saying something felt off. It didn't take long for debates to erupt online. Was Justin just having fun after a long break? Or was there something deeper going on with him? A portion of fans defended him passionately, saying that he's earned the right to relax and be himself after years in the spotlight, but many others weren't convinced. Some pointed out his shaky movements or the way he seemed distant at times, fueling fresh concern about his physical and emotional health. The internet is quick to judge, and soon Justin's dance moves were being dissected like clues in a mystery. People weren't just watching his performance, they were analyzing every blink, every sway, every smile. Meanwhile, Hailey was getting her fair share of attention too. Cameras caught her dancing, laughing, and staying close to Justin throughout the night. To some, she seemed carefree and joyful, just enjoying her husband's success. But others read her actions differently. In certain clips, she appeared to be holding onto Justin's arm or keeping an eye on him. It was enough for people to start speculating that she might have been trying to steady him or prevent him from doing something impulsive. It didn't matter that no one knew. The real context, people were quick to build theories. Within hours, social media was filled with freeze-framed screenshots of Hailey's face, captions guessing what she might be thinking, and wild assumptions about their relationship. Some claimed she looked stressed, others said she seemed tipsy, and a few even accused her of being the reason Justin was acting off. Just like that, the narrative turned against both of them. And then came the outfit that set the internet ablaze. Justin's choice of clothes that night became one of the biggest talking points. He wore a bright, futuristic outfit that reminded many people of a superhero costume or something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But what really grabbed attention was the small yellow strap sticking out from his pants. Within minutes, fans online were asking if Justin was wearing a thong. Memes popped up all over Twitter and Instagram, and the jokes just wouldn't stop. Some praised him for being bold and experimental with fashion, while others said the look was just confusing. Even though it was likely just part of his outfit or an intentional design, the internet ran wild with it. The jokes, theories, and reactions made it clear that people were focusing on everything except his actual music. The album Swag was supposed to mark Justin's artistic comeback, his chance to show growth and maturity in his sound. Instead, people couldn't stop talking about how he danced, how Hailey looked, and what was sticking out of his pants. Behind all the viral noise, Justin's professional life was actually moving forward. The album had been promoted heavily in the weeks before, and Hailey herself was busy juggling her fashion brand and multiple partnerships. This celebration was meant to be a moment of relief for both of them, a break from constant work. But by the next morning, it had become a trending topic for all the wrong reasons. The online conversation didn't stop at their behavior or clothes. Soon, fans began dragging their personal lives into it. Without any confirmation or solid evidence, people started spreading rumors about their parenting. A few claimed that the couple already had a baby and were being irresponsible for going out partying instead of staying home. Others began criticizing them for supposedly neglecting family priorities. The strange thing was that there had been no official baby announcement at all, but that didn't stop the internet from running with the idea. Comments flooded TikTok and X, formerly Twitter, with people asking, why are they always out at parties? Or shouldn't they be focusing on their kid? These assumptions spread so fast that many began treating them as fact. It became another layer of pressure on a couple already dealing with constant online judgment. What should have been a night filled with music, laughter, and celebration turned into a digital storm of gossip and criticism. Instead of celebrating Justin's hard work on his new project, fans were more interested in decoding every clip and guessing what was really going on between him and Hailey. The party videos were replayed endlessly, analyzed frame by frame like some mystery movie trailer. Everyone had an opinion. Some said they were both fine and just having fun. Others were convinced that something serious was happening behind the scenes. Some people felt it wasn't fair to judge Justin and Hailey over one wild night out. Everyone has moments where they just want to relax and have fun. And for many fans, this seemed like that kind of night. But others argued that it showed a pattern, that this wasn't just a one-time thing. They believed the couple often finds themselves in similar situations, so the criticism was justified. With no confirmed facts, it was all speculation. But that didn't stop the internet from jumping to conclusions about what kind of parents Justin and Hailey might be, or what their night really said about them. Amid all the jokes, memes, and fashion debates, another conversation started gaining attention: Justin's health. Fans began pointing out how tired and frail he looked in some clips. They said his face looked pale, his body seemed weaker, and his eyes looked distant, as if he wasn't fully present in the moment. People started worrying that he might be dealing with something privately again. This wasn't the first time fans had expressed concern about Justin's well-being. Over the years, he's been open about his battles with Lyme disease, depression, and anxiety. But as much as people might care, turning health speculation into online gossip can be harmful. It's one thing to show compassion. It's another to assume and accuse without any proof. Maybe he was just tired after performing, or maybe he was having a stressful week. Either way, health is deeply personal, and no one outside his close circle knows the full story. The constant guessing and public diagnosis only make things worse. People tend to forget that celebrities are still human. They have good days and bad ones, and they deserve privacy just as much as anyone else. What really made this situation spiral was how quickly social media blew everything out of proportion. A handful of short, grainy clips turned into thousands of tweets, reaction videos, and heated comment sections. Within hours, hashtags about Justin and Hailey were trending worldwide. What started as a fun album celebration somehow turned into an internet scandal. That's the power and the danger of social media. It can twist moments taken out of context into full-blown stories that take on a life of their own. The internet often creates a kind of pressure that's impossible to live up to. Celebrities are expected to behave perfectly at all times. No missteps, no bad angles, no awkward expressions. But the truth is, everyone has messy moments, especially during a party. The only difference is that when Justin and Hailey have theirs, it gets captured on dozens of phones and shared with millions of people within minutes. By the time the sun came up, their fun night had been turned into a storm of judgment, criticism, and endless commentary. For Justin, this wasn't new territory. He's been living under a microscope since he was a teenager. His fame came early and fast, and over the years, he's faced every kind of headline, from wild praise to harsh scandal. Growing up while the entire world watches isn't easy. Every move he makes, from his dance steps to his facial expressions, gets analyzed and discussed online. Nights like this one only remind people how intense that kind of scrutiny can be. Fame may look glamorous from the outside, but it's also draining, especially when people expect you to be perfect all the time. Justin's journey has always been complicated. He's experienced highs most artists can only dream of, but also lows that few could handle. Even after years in the spotlight, he's still figuring out how to balance personal happiness with public expectation. That pressure never really goes away, and moments like this party just highlight how easily things can be misunderstood. Hailey, too, has faced her share of judgment. From the moment she started dating Justin, she became a constant target for online criticism. Whether it's her relationship, her style, or her public appearances, people always seem ready to pick her apart. During the album party, fans went through every clip of her, zooming in on her expressions, the way she walked, how she smiled, and how closely she stayed by Justin's side. Some thought she looked anxious or irritated, while others said she was just having a good time with her husband. The truth is, she was probably just enjoying the evening, celebrating her partner's success. But when you're married to one of the most famous people in the world, nothing you do stays simple. A single look can spark rumors, and an innocent laugh can become proof of something that doesn't even exist. The internet's obsession with reading into her behavior has turned even her quietest moments into headlines. It's an exhausting cycle, and this night only added another chapter to the ongoing narrative that follows her everywhere she goes. Now that the dust has settled, the question everyone's asking is, what's next for Justin and Hailey? Will they respond to the backlash, or will they just ignore it and move on? Both of them have faced public criticism before, so they might choose to stay silent and let the noise fade. But one thing's for sure, public interest in their lives isn't going away. Whether it's Justin's music, Hailey's fashion brand, or their relationship updates, people are always watching. Hopefully, the couple takes time to rest and recharge after everything. They've been under non-stop attention for years, and sometimes stepping away from the spotlight is the healthiest thing to do. Maybe they'll focus on their projects, their marriage, and their personal well-being instead of letting the internet dictate how they should live. As for fans, many are hoping this whole drama fades soon and makes room for more positive stories. Maybe new music from Justin or fresh creative ventures from Hailey. Because at the end of the day, They're both trying to move forward, just like anyone else. Their wild album celebration night was supposed to be filled with fun and laughter, but it quickly became a magnet for gossip and backlash. Some of the criticism might have come from genuine concern, while other comments were simply cruel or exaggerated. But whether people were defending them or tearing them down, the spotlight on the Biebers isn't dimming anytime soon. Every time they step out, the world seems ready to comment, judge, and analyze. So, what really happened that night? Was it just a couple letting loose and enjoying life? Or was it a sign of something deeper? Only Justin and Hailey know the truth. Everyone else is just guessing from clips and comments. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep up with all the updates, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep sipping the tea responsibly.